Are we live? I think we're live. Hopping on in. So we're doing something different this week. So some of you may have gotten the email. Some of you might be ready. Some of you can't wait. Some of you are here. Some of you are not, but you will be. So as part of our masterclass, so for those of you who don't know, and let me give you the link to that, as part of our masterclass that we are in the process of doing right this moment, we thought we'd pop on every day this week because we're really busy with the masterclass. So we want to make sure that we give you extra time in the meantime. I'm looking for the link, sorry. Here, let me edit this. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. So we thought we would talk a little bit today. Let me give you the link to the masterclass. So we've done 2 so far. And no, don't multitasking is not a thing. There it is. Okay. So, and I will also put that in the chat. So we've been doing the masterclass. We had one on Saturday. We had one this morning. Well, this morning. They're both at noon. So I guess they're afternoon within the first minute. But it's so much fun. There's so many people popping in. Thousands of people are signing up. It's been super fun. So we thought we would do kind of a supplement to the questions that people are asking within the masterclass. And if you haven't taken a masterclass, I highly, highly recommend it. We are doing another one tomorrow, Tuesday at 4 p.m. and another one on Wednesday at noon. And then we're going to see from there because they are filling up quickly. So we added Wednesday. We were only planning to do Saturday, yesterday, and today. No, Saturday, today, and tomorrow, but we added Wednesday. So we're going to keep on looking to see what we need to do. We like to do this and do the masterclass every great once in a while because during the masterclass, we open enrollment into our screen reader program. So for those of you that are sort of new to the group, we do all kinds of trainings. We do trainings in here, usually on Wednesdays, but this week it's a little bit different. So on Wednesdays at 5, we typically do our trainings, which we'll do that this week. So Wednesdays at 5, we have our weekly training and then we answer your questions. We talk about different topics, whatever it might be. So we do that every single Wednesday, both here and we're so fancy that we're streaming into YouTube as well. And then right after that, we jump on Instagram because we can't get enough. And then we also have our podcast. So we give away a ton of information that way. We always have handouts, always have stuff going on. So like today, I have a quick handout that we're going to share. No, I'm going to give you some homework today, and then I'm going to share the handout on Wednesday during our Wednesday normal session because some people are used to showing up at that time. So both today and tomorrow will refer to the handout that you will receive on Wednesday. How's that for drum roll, please? Hold the butter. Make myself laugh. So someone's got to laugh. Oh, I can't see your chat. Now I see there's chats. There we go. Howdy, Joy. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Scott Park, at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Hey, Joy, can you put the link to the masterclass in the chat, please? And so one of the things that we get, so people ask questions, in the masterclass, we talk to, that's another free thing that we do, and we do that periodically. And then, got sidetracked, sorry. And then we, while we're doing the masterclass, the time that we have the masterclass, we open enrollment into our paid program. So we also have a class that we offer, and we have a training that we offer where you can meet every single week and get coached and really dive in if you know this is for sure something you want to do. So we have a bunch of different ways that we're providing information, lots of free stuff and a paid option as well. So choose what works for you. We're totally down with whatever we want it to work for you. That's why we offer so many ways to do the free trainings, is because we want to make sure that you have a way to learn about this on your own. And then the paid version is a way that you can learn with us that we work really hard on and feel like there's just so much greatness in there. And the community is spectacular. So, and then we do a lot of coaching within our programs as well. So during the masterclass, we really dive in and say, okay, this is what it is to be a reader. This is what it exactly entails. We actually say, here's the day in life. You wake up and we walk you through exactly what it is. So you really understand it by the end of the masterclass. And then we also give you several free downloads where you can kind of see, we give you tools that you can look at, we really lay it out for you. And then we lay out all the things that you need to know in order to do this, whether you do it with us or not. We lay it out this is exactly what you need to know. And so that way you could make an informed decision. We only want people that want to be there. So we're having a really great time. And then at the end, hey, Mickey, hi. And then at the end, and Sheree and Joy are here. Our team, I love our team. And at the end of the masterclass, we open it up for questions and we stay as long as it takes to answer all of the questions, which actually there usually aren't that many, to be honest, because we're pretty thorough during the class. Yeah, that group support and coaching have just been amazing. We have people that step up and are brave and volunteer to be in hot seats. And then I'm being schooled in coaching and I have been certified in coaching. And so I walk you through steps so that you can actually make goals for your life. So whether it's about reading or not, like the coaching and the element of the hot seats is just open for whatever. So it's been really fascinating. The other day we spent some time on a log line with Charles. I don't see Charles here, but it was phenomenal. He's amazing. So yeah, and it's just so inspiring. Super cool. So one of the questions, well, two of the questions that are, I call them the sisters. They're conjoined twins. They're like sisters that really, really go together. They're sisters. They're super. And that is, what if I don't have the time, and what if I don't have the money to do the paid version of the thing, or do the time to do any of it? You know, what if I can't take the time out of my day? And to some degree, what if I can't afford to take the time out of my day? Like those they're all intertwined. So nice, Scott. You have a PhD in history. That's super, super useful. And education. Oh, you guys, oh, we'd love to have you. It would be awesome. So can't wait to see you in there. Yeah, so we talk a lot too about if you have, like Scott saying, he's got a PhD in history. If you have a special skill or a special understanding of something like that history degree, right? So he could be a reader that really like dives into historical screenplays to allow to let people know if they're being accurate or not within their history. You know, you can take something if you have already and you can combine it with the skill, and it just, there's so much you can do. So that time and money question is very intertwined. And so today we're going to talk about time. Tomorrow we're going to talk about money. And on Wednesday, I will give you a handout that sort of covers both. And so, sorry, I got distracted. Squirrel. Scruffles. Scruffles is my assistant. She's down here making noises. Sorry. So I will give you a handout that covers time and money, and you can kind of talk about it both. But what I want you to do, see, Nikki's providing a great example. You do your what in the afternoon? You're reading, and then in the morning you write your screenplay because she's on it. She's on it. So yeah, so let me know if you have any questions along the way. But basically, I want to give you some homework in that. And we started this last week, so some of you should be already doing this. She monologues. Is to write down, really track your time and write down exactly how you're spending your time. And the same would be true, but we're going to do this tomorrow with your money, but we're talking about time today. So it's about looking at how are you spending your day? Like, what are you doing? And right now, as it so happens, because the universe is lovely this way, I'm in Self-Coaching Scholars with Brooke Castillo. She is amazing. And so listen to the Life Coach School podcast. But she's also doing a thing on time right now. I think it's partly the time of year, you know, people want to get their year started. How you doing on those New Year's resolutions so far? What's going on? Second month. So start tracking your time and really paying attention, and then you'll start to see kind of chunks. You'll start to see, oh, I spend this much time. And if you have a regular 9-to-5 job and you're working that job, what are you doing during your hours during that job? Are you, is there downtime in your day job as well? Are there resources at your day job? We do a whole nother thing on how to embrace your 9-to-5 as opposed to hate your 9-to-5, and how your 9-to-5 can actually be the conduit into the thing that you really want to be doing. I think a lot of people shun it and be like, no, that's not, I don't want to be doing that. And so if you are spending time and you're spending your time there hating it, or you're spending your time cursing that time that you're wasting, or, if you feel like you're wasting your life away. I mean, I've been there. I've been in a job where I sat there looking at the clock going, there goes my life. It's not a good feeling. I laugh now because I've propelled myself out of that. And the lessons that I learned in that are so valuable for what we're doing here today. Super amazing, super valuable. So if you have a job like that, like kind of track not only, let's add this element actually. So let's add the element that you track your time. So track, today I spent this much time, whatever it might be, getting the kids ready, or I spent this much time at my job. And at that job, I spent this much time answering emails and this much time in meetings and this much time. I don't want to get really dark here. This much time cursing my life. No, I don't know, but whatever it might be. But next to that, let's write down what were the feelings that you were having during that time. Like, because what we're trying to get at here is how much time are you spending doing the things that light you up? And so let's start there. That's all we're going to do today is I want you to really look at that. And we started this last week of tracking your time, but let's add that feeling element to it as well. So how much of this time that you're spending, when you do things and suddenly you look up and you're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea this much time went by. That's typically means you're in a zone that's good and you want to kind of live in that place. But it's like, what are the things that you're doing throughout your day that make a difference, that light you up? Because when people say that they don't have time to do the screen reader course, or they don't have time to write their screenplay, or they don't have time to even come to these sessions, what you're doing is you're setting a thing in your brain that's like, you train your brain, right? Your brain, you tell your brain, ooh, I love this kind of food, and then it looks for that kind of food. Ooh, I want to do this, and it looks for that thing. And that's why when you see, you see something, that a car that you like, suddenly you see those cars everywhere because your brain goes, oh, we like that. Okay, we're going to look for that. It really, really starts to look for the things that you determine are important to you. So if you find that you're running all around like a chicken with your head cut off, you don't even have time to even feel what you're doing because you're so just in this space, what you're training your brain is that this is the way life is. This is the way I choose my life to be. This is what we're doing. And so if you find, oh, I just don't have time to do that, what are you filling that with instead? We all have the same amount of time. That's the one equalizer. So how we spend it is, you want to know what you're committed to with your time. Look around you. Look around your day. Look around your life. What did you do today? What did you do this morning? That's what you're committed to. Whether you say you're committed to this or that or whatever, what you're doing is training your brain that this is what we're going to keep doing. So the first step is just to track those hours. No judgment. We're just seeing what's going on. Track the feelings. Give yourself some love while you're in there. No judgment with the feelings. If you're feeling anxiety or whatever, it's good to know because we can start to piece it together and unravel that. It doesn't have to be that way. So that's what we do. These are the kinds of coaching things that we do inside here in Hollywood Gatekeepers and really deep inside the insider track of screen readers. So yay, look at you, Scott O'Neill. We got some, wait a minute. We got some serious Scott action happening here today. Finished his third screenplay. Anyone who wants some practice, it's practice you'll enjoy. I love that. That's so perfect. I love that. It's practice that you'll enjoy. Practice with Scott O'Neill. That's the best ever. That's awesome. Yes, definitely practice that. So Shri, I'm going to need way more paper than I've been using, which is true for Shri because Shri writes beautifully. Don't edit. But yes, it does it, right? So when you start thinking about this time element as well as the emotion element behind it, I mean, we have our IQ that teaches us and gets us in our little frame, but our emotional IQ, that's what drives our action, really, when you think about it. We act on things based on things that we want and based on things that we're trying to get away from. And more often than not, it's based on this one. It's like, I know I don't want that. When you ask someone, what do they want? Often they struggle. When you ask someone what they don't want, they can go on forever. Very common. So we're going to start. Hey, Cindy, we're going to start with that, right? And doing the masterclass. Love it. Love it. You guys are so good. So let's start with that. These sessions that we do, we're going to do one every day at 3. They're going to be a little bit shorter, just a little bit of a I don't know what that means, but it's just a little bit of a poof. I can't do it without a sound effect. It's a little bit of a jump start. It's a little bit of an inspiration. It's a little bit, anyone? My writers, give me some words. Yeah, just to kind of get you going. A jolt, as you will, as you must, to inspire you to start to figure this stuff out. It's a long, long road. Yep. Yes, time disappears and it disappears. The older you get, the faster it goes. The more it goes like, wait, what just happened? So where did that decade go? How did you get into college? Wait a minute. So let's start there, okay? And then On tomorrow, we're going to talk about money in a similar but different fashion. And then on Wednesday, we'll bring it both together. And then this week, we're also going to be talking about age and how that fits into being a reader, because that's another common question that we get is, am I too old or am I too young? So those are the things we're going to talk about at 3 o'clock every day. We'll do our normal 5 o'clock session on Wednesday. And when we do that, we'll kind of put some of this stuff together, and I'll have a handout. I don't think I'll do handouts on these are like mini sessions. We'll just kind of get you going, but definitely come into the masterclass. Let us know what other questions you have, because honestly, that's where we get the topics for what we talk about in here. Is we really want to take your topics and your things that you're struggling with, and we want to just find ways to help you with it. So so if you're feeling, you guys are so great, if you're feeling like time is disappearing and time is running from you, then let's work on being really present, because it isn't disappearing and it isn't running from you. Really, it feels that way. I totally get that feeling. Like I just said, like, when did you get to grow up? What happened? But what can we do to stay really present to our time? Because that's how you enjoy your time in a much, much bigger way, if you're present to it. Well, even if you're present to that this is a horrible moment that you're experiencing with something, being present to it, being present to the good, to the ugly, to the wonderful, to the horrible, being present to all of it, it makes it just, you just can handle it in a better way. You're more in control. If you start to learn that it's all like the model, we talk about the model, Brooke Castillo, my hero, it's all circumstances, all neutral, right? It's just neutral. It's how you think about that circumstance that changes it, because that thought will then determine the feeling that you have. So you think, oh, this is wonderful, and you feel wonderful, and then that makes you take a wonderful action, as opposed to you think, oh, this is horrible, I'm just going to sit over here and do this, and you take this action, and then nothing happens. I can't even talk. So that's how the model is working within this. And we will always be using that's our foundation for all of our trainings, is Brooke Castillo's model. So yeah, so let's get to where we don't feel like time is beating us up. I'm sorry to laugh. She knows that I only laugh with love and solidarity. It's making me laugh and cry. It's so good. It's so honest, right? Because that's how it feels sometimes. And that's exactly what we want to try to temper. So it never feels like it's beating you up. And it also doesn't feel, we want to stay as grounded. And we want life and messiness and all of that. It makes life beautiful. But let's get a handle on that time so we can have that messiness and beautiful, and all that's going to be life no matter what we're doing. But to have the foundation of doing what we want to do underneath all that messiness, because no matter what you're doing, I know lots of people that are really successful in whatever they're doing, and they're miserable. I know lots of people that are not really doing what they want to do, but they're super happy. So it's like, let's find that balance so that you can do what you want to do. Start from there. Have all the messy stuff that happens anyway, no matter what you're doing, on top. That's what we're after. So I'm with you. We're going to do that. Hey, Sue. Bye, Sue. Make sure you watch. This just lives in the Facebook group, so you can watch it any old time. So it stays, we will come off the Facebook page if you're seeing this on the page, but it stays in the group. So you can just scroll and watch it anytime. And join us tomorrow, every day this week at 3, and we'll do different little topics for the 15, 20 minutes. And then join us at 5 on our usual time on Wednesdays, and we'll dive a little bit deeper. And those usually, I try to keep those to half an hour, so they're not super big anyway. And then in our Insider Track, we dive really deep for an hour and stuff. But that's what we're doing. So come on into the masterclass. I would love to see you. Can't wait to see you, Scott, tomorrow at 4. Bring a friend. Grab some popcorn, come on in tomorrow at 4, and then Wednesday at noon, and we'll dive really deep into exactly what you need to know in order to be a reader. And then you choose your path from there, whether it's staying in here in Hollywood Gatekeepers, whether it's coming in. We have a couple different versions of the course that you can do. And so you can choose, whichever works for you. We totally are down with whatever works for you. Cool. All right, you guys, you inspire me every day. Super excited on what that was. So super inspiring, and I will see you. I'll see you at 3 tomorrow, and then 4 o'clock for the masterclass. Very exciting. All right, I'll talk to you soon, you guys. Bye. Yay.